Nashville. Nicely done by Reina. Now where? Is that a penalty? It is. It's Pulisic. Straight down the middle. And now skipping away down the right side. The ball played in for Balogun. Weah made it. Balogun finishes it. It's Reina.
Pressure mount on Black Stars head coach Chris Hughton after Ghana lost by 4-0 to the United States of America in an international friendly at the Georgios Park in Nashville this dawn. The Black Stars, who were hoping to redeem themselves from the earlier defeat to Mexico on Saturday, conceded 4 first-half goals in Nashville. Gio Reyna fired home the first goal from a rebound following a weak clearance from Nicolas Opoku in the 10th minute. Captain Christian Pulisic scored the second goal from the spot in the 90th minute after he was fouled in the box before Florent Balogun perfect finish and Gio Reyna's chip completed the job for the USA. Ghana made some changes in the second half, hoping to fight back, but that wasn't enough as the United States held on to win that game. Kingsley Schindler came on for Gideon Mensah. Salis Abdulsamed was introduced for Thomas Partey as Antoine Semenyo and Ernest Nyama were brought in for Inaki Williams and Mohamed Kudus respectively. USA took control of the key moments in the game as they tested Manaf Nuruddin countless times. The Belgium-based shopstopper who replaced Olonso Atizigi pulled some crucial saves to save Ghana from brutal humiliation as the game ended 4-0 in favor of the USA. The two results keep Ghana at a very low after the 2-0 defeat to Mexico on Saturday. Ghana have 2 crucial FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Madagascar and Comoros in November. Last Post has been speaking to some Ghanaians.
USA started the build-up long before now. Ghana, we're just in transition. So we shouldn't blame Chris Hughton that much. He's doing a great job. So let's leave him to do what he's supposed to do.
I think this is clearly a team that lacks direction, that lacks a sense of play, a pattern of play. We don't really seem to know what we are doing. A team that concedes at this margin in the first half is something that's highly unacceptable. If we are not able to create a major scoring chance against USA, this is highly unacceptable. And I think that there's a lot of work that's going to be done if we really want to make amends for ourselves in the AFCON that's going to be held in January in La Côte d'Ivoire.
It's high time Ghana return to the 3-back system because it helps up in building the attack so that even the wingers will have a free rule to operate also.
This disgrace to the entire nation and the football as well. The performance is really poor. So at this moment, we want to encourage the coach and the entire technical team that they should sit down.
I'll say it was a big disappointment to me because I wasn't expecting Ghana conceding 4 goals in the first half, and it was really terrible.
Now, Black Stars head coach Chris Hughton was disappointed after the game.
I've also been involved in the game long enough to sometimes you can go through what we regard as bad periods to come out better for it. Sometimes the bad performances like today can be something that can kickstart something else, or it can be something that makes my mind up about a certain system, way of playing, players. So we the only thing we can do is we can use this. I understand the disappointment. I can tell you, there's nobody that's more disappointed.
Now, despite the humiliation, the Black Stars head coach says there are positives for him because they have qualified for the AFCON next year in Ivory Coast.
I understand all the criticism because I've been doing this a long time and I know what game means to Ghanaians. I know. There is also a positive. We have qualified for African Cup of Nations. If anybody thinks that it's given to you, it's not. You know, we have had to go through a qualification group. We would have been favourites in the group for sure. Yes, I know. But there are some positives. It's my responsibility to build this team. I have to work around some of the issues that we always have as regards injuries, players missing from squad, trying to get consistency in the team, and we will continue to strive to get the right formulas.
So that was Black Stars head coach Chris Hughton speaking there. Away from the Black Stars, Ghanaian coach James Kwesi Appiah celebrated his first win as the head coach of the Sudan national team when they defeated Chad in an international friendly yesterday. They won that game by 1-0. Now to some local club issues, and Bofokotano captain Saka Dauda has won the NASCO Player of the Month award for September 2023. Dauda was among a 5-man shortlist for the award alongside teammate Elijah Adey, Stephen Amankuna of Brooklyn Sosi, Evans Redu of Karela United, and Baba Hama Amadou Musa of FC Samatex 1996. Dauda beat all to the award with his impressive performance, scoring 2 goals out of 3 matches played last month. He received a 43-inch NASCO television from Electroland Ghana Limited. Also, his coach at Bofokwatano Frimpong Manso has been named NASCO Coach of the Month of September after guiding his side to an impressive performance last month. Now to some community football, and it was day 2 at the Insure FM Community Gala yesterday at the Atonsu Astro Turf. Adum defeated Santasi by 5 goals to 3, and this game was really interesting because Santasi led by 3 goals to 1, and in the second half, Adum scored 4 goals to win the game. Atonsu also played a 2-2 draw against Kwadaso, but host community Atonsu qualified to the next stage of the competition 3-0 on penalty shootout. Later today, 2 matches will be played at Dechemso Otunfo Astro Turf Park. At 2 p.m, Abuabo will be playing Ashtown before Dechemso take on Crofrom. But on yesterday's game, Atonsu head coach Pogba, an Essien of Adum who scored a hat-trick against Santasi, spoke to Last Post after the games.
You see, we had played them in our previous competition and they beat us 2-0. So in this game, I told the boys to not let me down and just to win for me. So you saw how we were playing. In the initial stages of the game, we controlled the game and we made sure they weren't penetrating our defense. That was how come we scored them in the early stages of the game. It is very good that multimedia is organizing this kind of competition. First of all, it unites all of us.
I say the tension I make help game no. Instead who say omu defenders no omu pemrika and when ma you coach name ma ya say born na ba SM ba we don kumika mo and me team bet show omu no.
Now to some news around the world. 10-man Northern Ireland's Desma Euro 2024 qualifying campaign continued as they lost by 1 goal to Slovenia in another disappointing night at Windsor Park. In the other matches, Kazakhstan won away at Finland, Lithuania drew 2-2 with Hungary, Ukraine won away at Malta, and Denmark also defeated San Marino by 2 goals. Now don't forget, Serbia defeated Montenegro in there, where England confirmed their qualification for Euro 2024 in Germany next summer after coming from behind to beat Italy by 3 goals to 1 at Wembley. Inspired by another Jude Bellingham masterclass. Here's Harry Kane, who scored a brace yesterday.
Qualifying is never easy. You know, sometimes we're just expected to go and get into the big tournaments, but you've seen in the past, it's not as easy as it looks. So we've had a really tough group this time, but credit to the boys. You know, some of the results we've had, performances, and we topped it off here today. You know, we went 1-0 behind, and we stayed calm, we stayed steady. We knew we had enough to get the win, and we done it.
England manager Gary Southgate commended his players after the game.
They're incredible to work with, I have to say. So hungry, so eager to learn, so together. And you saw that in the performance tonight. We talked before the game about the mentality being the biggest thing in these big matches. And maybe you've got to come through setbacks, but whatever, you've got to be relentless. And I thought the performance was relentless tonight. When we went behind, we stayed calm. I thought we used the ball really calmly from the back. You know, there's been moments in the bigger games where we've lost possession too easily. Our front players worked unbelievably for the team.
So that was England manager Gary Southgate speaking. That's it for Last Sports Center. Everything in 10 minutes. Brought to you in association with FPAC blows your pen away and 1xbet.com. Register on the 1xbet website or app with the BetG promo code and get a bonus of up to 3,445 Ghana cedis. My name is Steven Zando. We've got mornings for you on Facebook at LUV 99.5 FM. Good morning.
FPAC is effective for headache and relieves the symptoms of flu, cold, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pain. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness and rheumatic pains. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior is a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold, and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away. This advertisement is FDA approved.
1xBet. Big bonuses, big odds, big wins. Download 1xBet app, make a deposit, and you get 300% bonus on up to 3,445 Ghana cedis. The biggest bonus ever. 1xBet is a reliable bookmaker. So head up to 1xBet.com.gh. Register with promo code WELCOME-GHANA and get a huge welcome bonus on your first deposit right now. Have a chance to win. 1xBet gives you more. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
The Institute of Distance Learning, KNUST, announces that application e-vouchers for admission into diploma, undergraduate and postgraduate programs through the distance learning mode are now on sale. Diploma programs on offer are Architectural Technology, Business Administration, Information Technology, Horticulture, Professional French, and Food Manufacturing. Undergraduate programs on offer include Business Administration with 7 options, Quantity Surveying and Construction Economics, Construction Technology and Management, Sociology and Social Work, Information Technology, Statistics, Agriculture, Actuarial Science, and Computer Science. The Institute of Distance Learning also has several postgraduate programs on offer in the following areas: Education, Sciences, Business, Engineering, Built Environment, Humanities, and Agriculture. You can use the short code *477*160# to buy the e-voucher for application. Applicants can purchase an online application e-voucher from GCB Bank, EcoBank, or Consolidated Bank Ghana and apply online. For further inquiries, please call 0247-274-661 or 0500-482-885. IDEO KNUST, providing flexible and quality education at your doorsteps.
Okay, baby, I'll see you soon. Bye. Hey, my yeye. I just learnt my boyfriend Akwesi won playing *959# on his phone yesterday.
Anita, I thought you were dating Paco.
Oh, you too. Kwesi is now number 1. Keep up. For everything I have done for him, he will have to spoil me today, proper. He'll have to send me Momo to buy a short, sexy dress and fix my nails and change my braids, and I'll pick an Uber to do small rounds before I go to his place so that he will pay. And I expect him to order some Chinese and some wine, not that Jashin check that we've been eating all the time.
Hey, Anita.
By now, dear, he should have changed that his TV and bought enough prepaid for that AC. Me, I cannot be sweating like that too.
Hey, Anita.
Jesus.
You know what? It's okay. Don't come again. Dial *959# on the iPhone Paco bought you and make your own money, okay?
Sister, next time cut the call. Dial *959# or visit 590mobile.com.gh to play. 590 Mobile. Ed down some.
I remember being young and soft, but I knew what I needed. I was spending all my nights and days, laid back daydreaming. But look at me, I'm a big girl now. Said I'm gonna do something. Told the world I would paint this town. Now I bet you I'll run this. Cause I put it down like that, get down like that. And I'm making all these racks, and I'm moving round like that, round like that. When I do it, I down look back, down look back. I'm a grown woman, I can do whatever I want. I'm a grown woman, yeah. I can do whatever I want. They love the way I walk, cause I walk with a vengeance. And they listen to me when I talk, cause I ain't pretending. It took a while, now I understand just where I'm going. I know the road and I know who I am by the time I show it. I'm a grown woman.
Alright, so that's music from Beyonce. It's music titled Grown Woman, and it brings the time to some 20 minutes to hit 8 o'clock. Now, my guests are already with me in the studios of Love 99.5. If you're a woman, this is your show. If you are a lady, this is your show. Even if you're a girl, this is your show. Now, we need to support our women, so again, if you're a man, this is your show as well. So for men out there, I want you to picture this. Imagine that, and attach wood 10 times over. But imagine that, unfortunately, the woman in your life, is diagnosed of having, let's say, breast cancer. One of the only way for her to survive is for her to have the breast removed, cut off. Will you allow her to take off the breast and survive? Or you do want her to keep the breast and maybe unfortunately die? If you're a woman and your husband says to you, listen, the doctor says I'm going to take off your breast just for you to survive. If you're a woman and you're told this, would you want your breast to be taken off so you survive?
or you rather want to keep it and die. A very good friend of mine, some years ago, I think 6 or 7 years ago, died because she had breast cancer, unfortunately. At the time, she had a 3-year-old child. Now, she was told that one sure way for her to survive was to allow for one of her breasts to be cut. She refused, and she died. Now, for those of you who worked with GBC here in Kumasi, you would know this lady I'm talking about. A very pretty girl. She died just because she wanted to save her breast. Listen, in Ghana, over 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer annually. Sadly, unfortunately, almost half of them may die. Now, this is because studies show that women in Ghana are diagnosed at a more advanced stage of the disease. So that is why it is often said to women that do the breast check if there's any lump in there, check if this breast is in the right shape and all that. Because many women do not check these things. They just go about their daily activities. They will bath, put on the brassiere. At night when they come and the husbands want to play with it, they will remove the brassiere. The husband will do their thing. They don't take pay particular attention to the breasts. Now, up to 70% of women have advanced stage cancer at the time they are identified. Up to 70%. So it's quite bad. To what I was saying earlier, many women with breast cancer are reluctant in allowing their breast to be cut, even if that is what is going to save their lives. Sometimes they refuse for the breast to be cut because they want to please the men in their lives, because the men are not supporting them enough. That is why I asked that earlier question, that if you're a man and you're listening to me, if the woman in your life unfortunately has breast cancer, the only way by which she can survive is for one of the breasts to be cut. Will you support her and stand by her, or you rather want her to keep the breast and maybe die? If you're a woman, what decision will you make? What do you want to know about breast cancer? Because the month of October has been set aside as the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so to help us understand breast cancer issues and how we can survive breast cancer, I have with me a seasoned doctor. She's been doing this for decades. Dr. Mrs. Beatrice Wiafe Adey. And when we spoke 2 days ago, she was like, David, you've been naughty. It's been a long time since I heard from you. Hi, good morning, Doc.
Good morning, David.
How are you doing?
By His grace.
Have you been avoiding me or I have been avoiding you?
The second one.
I have been avoiding
yes.
you. Oh, is that so? Then the Messisa Also with us in the studios of Love 99.5 are 2 survivors. They have survived breast cancer. They are looking well. They are looking healthy. So if somebody has put any fear whatsoever in you about breast cancer, listen, tell them that, listen, I am listening to David Akwete right now, Love 99.5. I know that they are survivors. They'll be telling you their story in a bit. Join us on Facebook and tell me if you see anything wrong with them. As they sit here with me, if you're not told that they have breast cancer or have had breast cancer, you never even know. So join us on Facebook on LUV 99.5 FM. First of all, Mrs. Vivian at JC Safo, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ohineba David.
What's that?
Nyamianto.
Also with me is Joyce Aidu. Hi, Joyce. Good morning.
Good morning.
And then Joel, if you don't mind, Charlie, pick Joyce's shoe. All the ladies, their shoes are nice, so I don't know where they got the shoes from. I was saying, admiring that of Dr. Mrs. Yafia there a while ago. Also, I had cameras in the doors. I was, they're pretty women and they're with us in the studios of Love 99.5. So let me start off with you, Dr. Mrs. Yafia. I mean, what is breast cancer for the benefit of those who may not know what breast cancer is, and how would you describe breast cancer awareness in Ghana?
Thank you so much. And let me say a very good morning to our listeners and viewers. I also want to thank the production team for bringing us here today, and I'm admiring your studio. Yeah. It means I've been here for some time.
You've been here for a while,
Wow. So I also want to thank you, David, because we've been in this together for a long time, and I appreciate all the support. We cannot do this without the media. And we know we have a vibrant media, but sometimes the attention is more on football and politics. I want you to, look our direction, and let's save the lives of a lot of our women. I'm happy when you mentioned that men should also be involved, because every man has a woman in his life. So it's painful when you find somebody you love with advanced stage breast cancer. Breast cancer means the cancer that has started from the breast. And when we talk about cancers, we are talking about cells that have become abnormal. So a normal cell can become abnormal and start behaving abnormally. So those kind of cells, they don't listen to the command from the brain, because cells are supposed to grow up to a certain stage, and then they die, new ones will come. These ones will start multiplying too fast that the body is not able to control it again. So when it starts from the breast tissue, that's when it's called breast cancer. Cancers can appear in so many organs. Every organ can develop it anyway. So the one that appears in the breast is the most common cancer. In fact, globally, it's the most common cancer. And like you said earlier on, people go to the hospital late. That is why we have a high mortality rate. And we want to bring that down. This year, the theme for our work was breaking the myth whilst fighting for the cure. It's because of some of these myths that our women stay for so long at home before going to the hospital. So that's breast cancer for you.
Before you even answer the second leg of my question, I'd like to tell our listeners that you talk about the myths, and we live in a society where people who have diseases will want to hide their conditions. But I'm happy that Vivian and Joyce have decided to come and champion the cause of breast cancer, for them to let people know that it is not a big deal if you have breast cancer. You can survive it. They'll be telling you about their story shortly. So stay with us on Facebook on LUV 99.5. If there are questions you want to ask, feel free to ask those questions. If you're a breast cancer patient or person yourself, what do you want to know about breast cancer? If you're a man, what do you want to know? Our WhatsApp number is 055 11 995. So send in your contributions and your questions and let's address them. But doctor, again, we've done this for so long. How would you describe the awareness of breast cancer in Ghana? How well are people accepting the information and the knowledge and the education?
Yeah, I think we've come a long way. If 2 decades ago, people did not know what breast cancer was. Most people were thinking it's an abscess, it's a boil, and didn't actually appreciate it. And it's partly because when the woman is in the city and finds a problem with the breast, they relocate. So they go back to their villages, and when death occurs, Ghanaians, we are not interested in what killed the person. Nobody wants to talk about what really killed the woman. So it wasn't highlighted, even though women were dying in those days. But when we came into the scene and realized that these women are dying because of ignorance, the lack of awareness in our society is huge. And also the myths and misconceptions surrounding breast cancer are many. And people think it's caused by witchcraft. We will always attribute a disease to something or somebody. So it's caused by witchcraft, it's a curse on a family, it's a spiritual disease, it's by faith that women die from mastectomy when the whole breast is removed. And so we needed to demystify the disease. We needed to highlight even the cause of death from breast cancer, and let people understand that the more you harbor the disease in the breast, the higher the chances of it spreading. And there are target organs for breast cancer: the liver, the lungs, the brain, and the bone. So the more you keep it, the higher the chance of spreading. And it's the spread of the disease that kills the woman.
We'll be talking more about, the treatment and all that, and maybe even the causes of breast cancer. But as we speak, just for us to set certain standards for the conversation, how much hope is there for women who have breast cancer?
There is hope.
Okay.
There is hope because in our part of the world, people want to go to hospital when there's pain. And breast cancer doesn't start with pain. So we came out to let people understand that you can have breast cancer and not even know. That's why we do the clinical screening in communities, in churches, at the workplaces and all that. And also showcase survivorship. If somebody has survived a disease, why should you allow yourself to be killed?
So people are surviving it, just like Vivian and Joyce, who are with us right now. So don't have the disease, keep it away from friends and family, and die as a result. I don't see the sense in it. Your life can be saved. And these are living testimonies of what we're talking about. I'll be engaging with them shortly. But tell us a bit about, the factors of breast cancer. I mean, what causes it, the symptoms that we're looking for and all that. And listeners, if you join us on Facebook, we're showing you pictures and images and even videos of people who have breast cancer or have had breast cancer, people who have survived it, and everything that you need to know by way of breast cancer. We're showing you visuals of it, all right? And one of the pride women have is their breasts. There used to be a lady who worked with us here, Love 99.5. Not long ago, she moved on. And then at the time, she would keep her breasts away. She doesn't want me or anybody to see her breast. Up until she got, pregnant and started giving birth to children. And then she had a boy. We went for a family party in the park, and then she removed the breast and was feeding the boy. And I was like, I don't need to be my baby. I wasn't even there yet. But it used to be the pride of her. So yes, we appreciate that the fact that women, take delight in protecting it and hiding it and all that. But if it becomes cancerous, if the breast cancer comes in,
Dave, you forget it's a pride for us too, not just them.
I know where you're coming from. I understand. So what would you say are the causes of breast cancer? What are the factors that we need to be looking at for, the risk factors?
Yes. So we still do not know the exact cause of breast cancer. A lot of research have gone on in the US, in Europe, but still we can't pinpoint something that is causing breast cancer. And that's why we focus on the risk factors. So the first one is being a woman.
Okay.
Every woman is at risk of developing it.
When you say every woman, I want clarity. Does the age matter? Let's say from one particular age.
Once the breasts are there.
Once the breasts are there.
Yes.
You can be 3 years old, you can be 5 years old.
Normally the breast starts developing from 9-10.
Okay.
So by the time the girl is about 11-12, the breasts are developed. For some it may be a bit later, but these days, because of acceleration, a lot of the girls are developing breast faster. And so with our youngest patient was a 13-year-old.
Whoa,
girl.
she had breast cancer?
Yes.
Wow.
13. At 13 years, she had to lose both breasts.
What?
To save her life. Yeah. But she's 17 now. And that's the good news.
I would love to have seen this, to see this girl. Wow.
We can
lost both breasts.
Yes.
At
She's nice. She's heavy. I mean, she's happy now. The parents are happy.
Repeat that for me. She's happy now.
She's happy now, yes.
Earlier, I'm sure she would have had scares and worries and fears and will be crying and all that. She's happy now, and the pain as well. So by age, once the breast starts protruding, age 9, 10, 11, then the person is a woman, the person can have breast cancer.
Yes.
So we often hear, for example, that you need to have regular checks.
Yes.
And we are told that, well, the woman can raise the arm and, wrap the hand around it. I've been doing it myself, although I have small breasts. Oh, Doc, why? But is that enough, or we need to go for a proper checkup at the hospital, proper screening?
Okay. So let me quickly finish with the risk factors.
Okay,
yeah. So being a woman, having a positive family history, a woman who has never had children before is in the risk group. A woman with one child but had a child after age 33 is also in the risk group. A woman who has had a lump in her breast is also in the group. These are factors you cannot change, like being a woman, like having a positive family history. But there are some modifiable risk factors, and these are known to be excessive alcohol consumption, cigarette smoking, including shisha.
Okay.
Lack of exercise, excessive fatty intakes, lack of exercise I mentioned, and then processed foods, the fast foods and the fatty foods that we consume, and also the use of skin lightening agents.
Okay. The Proclares and all that.
We did the Ghana breast self study, and that is the risk factor that popped out. So those modifiable ones, we can do something about it. So we need to do it. We advise women to do their own breast self examination. It's very cheap. You do it at home. You don't need to go anywhere. But another kind of screening is what we call the clinical breast screening. In fact, if you walk to the Peace and Love hospitals on the Spintex Road and Atudium, the year round, you can have your breast screened for you for free.
Okay, for free?
For free. It's not only in October that we do free clinical screening. That's the one that is done by a trained person. So the breast can harbor certain lesions, certain things that you, the woman, may not even be aware. Because a lot of our women do not do their breast self-examination well. Sometimes they don't know how to even do it. And those with endowed breast, because they have enough room, they are not able to search properly. So it's better somebody does it for you.
So somebody like the man in your life?
The man in the life can help, but the woman, a trained personnel, is better.
Okay.
So once every year, if you can't do it once every 6 months, just let somebody do it for you. Apart from this, we have what we call mammography. That is X-ray of the breast. It's because of mammography that the mortality from breast cancer has reduced in the developed world. We are not there yet, but we have the mammograph machines, so women can just walk in. You don't have to be referred before you have your mammogram done. Once you are 40 years, even when you have a positive family history, you can start from 35 years.
Okay.
So we check if there's any abnormality. If we find early stage disease, we can preserve the breast for the woman. We don't need to remove the entire breast if we diagnose the disease early.
So let me ask you, I mean, you're here, Kate. When was the last time you had your breast checked for breast cancer? Leo says he's an expert. Eugene says he's an expert. I don't know which of them you would want to, do the check for you. But I'm available to Kate.
I don't know how certified they are.
Oh, we don't need to be certified to do that. I mean, just we're looking for a lump or some
in somebody's breast.
I mean, just helping.
No, thanks for your help.
So that's what it is. But how often should we be checking this breast anyway? Once a year?
No. The breast self-examination is supposed to be done every month.
Every month?
Yes.
Do it every month?
Every month. Those who are still menstruating, you have to do it after your menses.
Why after the menses? Before
the menses, a lot of women have pain, their breasts become lumpy, so that's not a good time to examine the breast. But for the clinical breast screening, a trained hand can examine it all the time.
Okay. I see. And so for those who are doing the self-examination, what exactly are they looking out for?
Okay. So they are looking out for a mass, a lump.
What is a mass?
A mass is like a tumor, a lump.
Okay.
In the breast or in any part of the breast. We are looking for dimpling in the skin. There was some picture on the screen which was showing some pudorage.
This one?
No. This one is...
Joel, go back. Show us all the other pictures. Joel, quickly. And for those of you who are listening to us, make time, if you can, also join us on Facebook. So we're speaking to the breast. So you find out exactly what you need to be looking out for. So it's LUV 99.5 FM. That's how you can find us on Facebook. Is it this one?
This one, yes, has some pudorage near the nipple.
But this is advanced, isn't it?
Yes. If you find pudorage on a big area, it means it's an advanced stage. So that's the reason why sometimes we don't want to stick to the characteristics of the disease, because like pudorage, it's a late stage disease. So a woman should not wait for that.
Late stage, okay.
Having a retracted nipple or a nipple that has been depressed, instead of it pointing out, it starts going in. It means there's something behind it that is drawing it to itself.
Okay.
So, and it will not be painful. That's why women stay for a long time.
So this one is a nipple.
This
that is retracted, gone back inside.
Gone back in. And so, and here too, you can see the nipple is gone back. So, if you wait to see this, it means it's a late stage disease already. So, the early stage breast cancer is sometimes the cancer that you cannot even feel with your hands. And if you are feeling it, it shouldn't be more than 2 centimeters.
Okay.
So, we advise women to check these things, a lump, a dimpling in the skin, like the dimple in the cheeks. If you find a dimple, same thing, it means something is pulling the skin. A lymph node in the armpit, it means that there's something in the breast which has already sent seedlings to the armpits. So if you are checking your breast self-examination, you should go to your armpit and to check the armpit whether there's any lymph node. Sometimes your hands may not pick anything in the breast, but you find some lymph node in your armpit. You should also go to the hospital to be checked. Abnormal discharge. We saw a bloody nipple discharge. So it can be black, it can be greenish, it can be bloody. You should still go to the hospital. When we are doing our breast self-examination, we should use 2 positions: the standing and the lying down.
Okay.
In standing, you are in a mirror, in front of a mirror. So you are checking the sizes of your breast. Every woman has one breast slightly bigger than the other. So check them so you know whether it's your left or it's your right, which is slightly bigger. And you put that in your mind, because for some reason, one breast can start getting bigger or can start shrinking. Again, you are checking whether there's a dimple in the skin covering the breast, or there's something protruding in the breast. You should also be checking for the abnormal discharge while standing. After that, you're going to lie down to check the breast. So when you are checking your left breast, you put your left hand behind your head, and you use your right hand, the palmar aspect of our fingers. That's the most sensitive part. So you use that to press your breast tissue, pressing them whilst going round to end at where you started. So making sure that your hands have gone through all parts of the breast, and then you go to your armpit to check. After checking the left breast, change your hands. Put your right hand at the back of your head and use the left hand to check your right breast. If women will do this simple test, it will help you to know your breast. We need to know how your breasts look like and how they feel like, and so that if there's any small lesion, you'll be the first person to know.
Beautiful indeed. And I would suggest that, listen, why don't you do the self-breast examination, like doctor said, every month, but once a year or twice a year, you go ahead and have the clinical screening done.
That's the best thing. If our women will listen to your advice,
especially when it runs in your family and all that. But we're having a conversation with Dr. and Mrs. Beatrice Riafia there, and she's the CEO of Peace and Love Hospital. And listen, for decades she's been treating people with breast cancer issues, and there are survivors. Some of them are with us in the studios. Vivian is here, Joyce is here. We're talking to them in a bit. But once you're a woman, you are at risk of getting breast cancer, especially if you eat fatty foods, if it runs in your family, and so this conversation is for you. She says once the breast starts developing, protruding, so from 9 years, from 10 years, she says she's treated a girl who is now 17, but was diagnosed of the cancer at age 13. You know, she's lost both breasts, but she's happy. And that's why I'm asking, men, how supportive are you of your women? If your wife is diagnosed of breast cancer right now, I touch wood for that. But the only way she can survive, because she presented it to the hospital at an advanced stage, the only way by which she can survive is for the breast to be cut off. Will you support your wife to have the breast cut off and still love her and be with her? If you're a wife, your husband says, listen, you have breast cancer, don't cut your breast, because if you cut your breast, I'll leave you. I didn't cry. You didn't cry. What cry and they say.
Oh, cool.
So let's hear from women. Women, speak to this issue. Men, speak to this issue. But Doc, over the years, we've done a lot of conversations. We'll be talking about the treatment, shortly. But it looks as if, in as much as we keep talking, women are also allowing themselves to be fooled, in quotes, by quack doctors and some pastors. I remember when we were talking 2 days ago, you mentioned that there's a church somewhere, there's a pastor somewhere that is giving sobolu to women, and he's calling it Yesumoja. And that the sobolu nicknamed Yesumoja is going to cure breast cancer. I mean, how?
Ghanaians, you see, sometimes we keep our eyes on something, we don't talk, and we all keep quiet and let things go on until a time when we start feeling the pinch, close by. I don't think anybody has done the investigation to know what is in that concoction that the women are drinking, because somebody has to bring this up, and for FDA and the necessary agencies to investigate them, because a lot of people with, especially the non-communicable diseases, hypertension, diabetes, and the cancers, are patronizing these products. And so should we not investigate? Because a lot of the women who go to stay in the prayer camps, they come very late. They come when you cannot do anything for them. And they are brainwashed that the disease is gone. That, you no longer have the disease. But by the time they come, they already have metastatic disease. It's advanced. It's spread. But what can you do? There's no point in crying over spilt milk. But we need to continue to empower our women. I think that is what we can do from our side. Empower them, breaking the myths surrounding the disease. Is the fear and the stigma. That is the main reason why most of our women are keeping the disease in their shelter and refusing to come up for treatment. They are only coming when it's late and begging you to remove the breast for them. At that time, the breast is already ulcerated, it's offensive, it's spread already. What's the point in removing it?
Is that to say that even when you remove it, this breast is nice. So where did you guys get this one? Listen, guys, join us on Facebook. Shall pause this picture for me. This is a nice breast. I know Leo likes it big. What? You put it there. The
breast is the most beautiful organ in the body.
It is?
Yes, it is. You agree? Yes. Right. Yes.
But Charlie, no for you.
One professor was asking, yes, we should. He was asking us women, has anyone sucked her own breast before? Like you, the woman. Have you sucked your own breast?
No.
Say no. So the breast, even though they are on you, they don't belong to you.
Yes.
They belong to some other people, the children and the men. So the children and the men have to help the woman to protect her.
So as a husband, are you helping your wife to protect the breasts? Are you? You can even decide to help your mother and your sister to protect their breasts. Support them. Any question at all you have, any contribution you think you can put across that can save women and their breasts, this is the time for us all to do this. Now, I'll be talking to Doctor, in a bit about treatments and the like that comes along with it. But let me come to you, Joyce, and let me come to you, Vivian. Good morning to you once again.
Good morning.
So, for how long have you had breast cancer? When did you realize you had breast cancer? How long ago?
20 years ago.
You realized you had breast cancer 20 years ago?
20 years ago. I didn't know it was breast cancer anyway.
What did you think it was?
I don't know. I just felt some pains in my right breast. And because I have the positive family history, I decided to visit the Peace and Love Hospital.
20 years ago?
20 years ago.
And you were told you had breast cancer. What thoughts did you have? What came to mind when you were diagnosed of breast cancer?
I was calm. come because my blood sister was the first person who had
diagnosed
breast cancer.
Did she survive it?
She survived for 7 years.
Okay. So for you, when you were even diagnosed, you were not worried. You were not scared.
No, not much.
Were you married at the time?
Yes.
Did you tell your husband?
Yes.
Was he supportive?
Very. Yes. But when I told him I had breast cancer, for 1 week, it wasn't comfortable.
How so?
When we sleep in the night, I will always hear him sighing, deep sigh. So I called a friend and told him to advise my husband for me because it was having a negative effect.
He was worried.
Yes.
He was concerned.
Yes.
And interestingly, once he is concerned, it will rub off you.
Yes.
Put fear in you as well. Wow. Did you have children at the time?
3.
At the time?
Yes.
Did you tell them about it?
Yes, of course.
How did they take it?
You know, they were young. The first one was in the secondary school, and they were okay. They weren't feeling any.
Maybe at the time they were very young and they don't understand what it was.
Yes.
But
the older one.
He or she?
Yes, she.
She understood.
Yes.
So, at what stage did you present yours? Was it at an advanced stage, or it was detected early?
Very early.
Very early. Good for you, huh?
Very early stage. So as I sit here, my breast is not removed.
Both are intact?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I went to hospital
early.
Doctor was able to remove the tumor.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Also, a surgery was conducted. The tumor was removed.
Yes.
So you have both breasts intact.
But this one is a little smaller than this.
Okay.
So I use a silicone to fill the space here.
Okay. And so husband is cool with it? Your husband is cool with it?
Yes.
My husband is a great man.
The man is a great man, eh?
Yes.
Leo wants me to ask, so is the husband still, sucking the breast? Don't answer that question.
I don't normally.
You don't allow him to, I understand. Vivian.
Joyce.
Sorry, Joyce, that's Vivian. Joyce, how are you?
I'm fine.
You're
Joyce,
fine. Oh, so let's speak to you fine with Joyce, no problem. Joyce Boko there.
Pocho Boko.
Efantinyewa.
Pocho.
Now, hairstyle, you was hairdo, rasty. What's it, chimney? Chebokoze.
Pocho Boko.
Now, also, what's the story to them? That means who knows breast cancer.
Pocho, when I cancer, I'm 28 years.
Nearly 28 years.
Pocho.
Okay. 28, very young, huh? At the age of 28.
Ti mewo me ba no.
I'll relax my hand.
Pocho mewo me ba no na start say eba. Ti me hu say juwa kitu e bi da. Me nu fo no soro ha mo no me say. Ti me ye bibidura na me kom paibo.
Ebe. To yen sha se to. Ehun de bibi wo no fo no me. Na sha se de ye bibiduru.
Me pocho yo.
Ina san kom paibo.
Me pocho.
Na enyim the hospital or central hospital.
Pocho me.
Nenyim. Enti bibidu na wo ye na abaze na wo ye ma.
Pocho na abuwe bi na ya wo talban no. Was our friend Kutu Krodo. Eno na me maame wo mo kofa na wo anyam na wo mo de asasa do.
Ebe o maame o herbalist na na o yabaze.
Ase da maame bi na o kire.
Ayo.
Itane na me de ye da ma anko. Na avi de me san kwatse na
Mpaibofi. Aba sorry friend then.
For job Pentecostal church CBA.
Ebe yo na asofo what's a yerba. And also susum yerba na then.
For chance susum yerba wana wo model crosses wana. Wo mo atwa around na wo model crosses one. What the nsu what this is yase no.
Ono so kwese wa mwa.
All
right, so she says when she was 28 years old, that's when she realized that she had delivered at the time. That's when she realized that there was a problem with the breast. All right, so she raised concerns about it, and then her mother, decided to apply. She mentioned a particular animal's name. I don't know the English name.
Yeah, I've forgotten the name.
Well, I don't know about that one. And then so what happened was that they would grind it and then mix it up with some other stuff and then they'll smear it on the breast, hoping that it will cure.
The one we call Ephira.
Ephira. No, it's not Ephira. It's not Ephira.
It's an insect.
It's not Ephira. It's not Ephira.
They produce some things with mud on the wall.
Mimina wall.
Not a mimina. This one, it flies and it's big. Yeah.
Fine. So they would kill that insect, grind it, smear it on the breast because it was diagnosed that she had breast cancer. The thing was not, healing. It was not going away. That was done for some time, and then she was taken to a church house. Oops.
That's for Joyce.
What? Is that Joyce?
Yes.
That's the breast?
That's it, yeah.
But you send this to me on WhatsApp so I can forward it to my social media team so we project it on Facebook.
One of your WhatsApp.
So you just did?
Yeah.
Give me my phone, please. Thank you very much. And listeners, if you haven't joined us on Facebook, Joyce is speaking to us, and we are using her story to educate people out there. So, yes, so I have it. So join us on Facebook. Joel, check your WhatsApp right now. And this is Joyce, and when all that had been done, this is the breast she took to Peace and Love Hospital. Yeah. Listeners, join us on Facebook and see what I'm talking about. It's LUV. I'm crashing me. It's LUV 99.5 FM. So Joyce, who is speaking to us right now, she delivered, and I realized that she had breast cancer. They used some insects and then smeared it on the breast. It didn't go. She went to a church. Pray for me, pray for me, pray for me. There was prayers all right for her, all right, but that prayer was not answered. Up until she came to Peace and Love Hospital, and that's where she was treated. At the time she got to Peace and Love Hospital, this is the size of her breast. And so go on to Facebook again, LUV 99.5 FM, and see what we're talking about. Check out Joyce's breast. Ain't what did them abwana ye wonu fudun? Yaraba na anko. No was another kwasori fi woko empire bompa ono so yaraba na anko.
Aso fi wana ekoye.
Also for hodum na koye keside.
Me pocho yo.
Hey!
Nte do dame no na ntuma esin na yede boye mu no na ensu.
What is this? Itina na etum Brazil ade.
Me pocho.
Na embo Brazil.
Me pocho.
No yo so.
Me pocho ya me ya so.
No yo.
Ehishime.
We man show that you are na ye mu another.
Me yem shishime papa. Na makume.
Jesus Christ.
Eti dey na me si dey mu.
Na you never.
Osande eye da men mi kunsu
Ojao. Tisi away.
Wacha ho man kesi.
Tisi ho ni nwam bro. I sweet, I succulent it way. Wo ma fear ohun ze.
Wacha ho. Ohun ma ohun TV so.
Ohun TV so don frɛ wa.
Wacha da.
Enya be ma fofora.
Wacha ho.
Ipe be ma fofora mo bi o.
Wacha ho.
Impe. Mo bi o. Mo be kama ho. But listen, as we talk and we are laughing, it's a serious matter.
Yeah.
If Joyce had gone to the hospital early, the situation wouldn't have gotten this bad. So they tried to, treat it at home unsuccessfully. She went to a prayer camp, and the situation got worse. And listen, if you have not joined us on Facebook, if you are not seeing what we're seeing, this is the worst stage of the breast cancer, isn't it?
Yeah, it was now about to fungate.
Meaning what?
Going to burst. Yes, and when it bursts, it eats into the chest wall, muscle, and surgery becomes impossible.
What surprises me is how come she survived all this while till she came to you? Anything could have happened.
Yes, she was lucky. It had not spread to the vital organs. And the things she has gone through, the daughter was telling us, they went somewhere and she was made to chew stones.
Stones?
Stones.
Human stone?
Stone. So they gathered stones for her that she should chew. And she was crying whilst chewing. The daughter too was crying.
No, but we need to arrest people. Seriously, we don't have to joke with this. Yeah. We need to arrest people. So somebody is sick of breast cancer and give the person stones to chew.
Yes.
What is in stones? Is it has it been proven that it has some medicinal properties?
No. But who proves anything before they use them?
So when you saw it, how did you feel?
They go through.
When you saw this, how did you feel?
Yeah, I felt sad for her because at that stage she couldn't go anywhere. She couldn't go to church. She couldn't go to any social.
Was there any foul smell emanating?
No, it had not fungated yet.
Okay.
So, and we checked whether it had spread, and it hadn't. So we started with chemo, but no amount of chemotherapy can cure this. So we still said, okay, let's give her a chance, and by removing it, and we did the surgery. It's now 11 years ago.
This was done 11 years ago?
Yeah.
Are you cool? I relax, ma'am. You mama abobani be my baby account. Chaba you abobani back account. If you been come mo aboba ufo mo akaka mo I will be mama ai. Na mpochu. Na wala yere na was a kwaso if you mo aboba da when you were given stones to chew. Na person no call do I dream then aboba maybe obasa me yarba wamba uchim dem. Sisi ma wakasa femi. Ma wakasa femi. Yaraba Oshase is a call Nitifi no was a drew yet. What okum Mobu Fin or the phone for no one call. You call a sorry fee or bomb pay and mobile one call, one more abobadary, one call. We are sure that Muffle be brave or what would take in. A muffle watch or show on that 1 year. Oh, yeah, Juma, she the walk hospital. I'll be footing as my morning.
Pocha futa me de bama.
I'll relax him.
Pocha afuta me de bama ubia ende. Se wenu fu yewa, obobo madin na odi hakọ hospital.
Na ma fa kwa sorry fi.
It's a love hospital.
Ma bacho ma fa kwa sorry fi.
Ma fa nko mpaibo. Afa nko ye ebibiduro. Wenu fu yewa, enya mbonsam yare, enya obi na ojo.
So the advice she's given is that based on what she's been through, she says, listen, if you have any pain whatsoever in your breast, if you have any abnormality in your breast, she says, don't take it to any spiritualist or any prayer camp. Don't take it to any traditional medicine practitioner to say you're going to look for healing. Go to the right place. She's suggesting that you go to Peace and Love Hospital. And if you stay with us on Facebook, maybe you haven't seen it yet. If you stay with us on Facebook, you'll see how big the breast became, how bad the situation was. And through God's help and through Mrs. Dr. Uafe's help, she's still alive, 11 years on and counting. Did you yourself, when you saw that, did you yourself believe that she was going to survive this?
No, I wasn't so sure. But when the test showed that she had no distant metastasis, I then said, okay, let's try. And sometimes we call something palliative mastectomy, at least to improve the quality of life for the woman. Because this is somebody who was staying in the prayer camp and doing all sort of things. So she was tired already. And so if we could help her remove the tumor, her life will be better. Okay. And it helped.
But it seems I'm your case. Where you cry? Where? I said to your mom,
she is okay.
Hey, okay, so this is what is there.
Yeah, it's the artificial breast.
Oh, okay. Nampocho, Sisi, I wouldn't for Cruway. My Yamina won't quack Muba. Or how the way you would for. I'm off who I will miss out then I wouldn't fool or hen or band then or miss out. But tell Muya won't quack. Muya who told was some dream. You be a yo.
They are staff of Peace and Love Hospital and Breast Care International.
Oh, you have employed them?
We've employed them.
People.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hi, Richard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they are staff and they help us to
reach out to people
navigate the newly diagnosed. They share their experiences. When we are going out to the communities, churches, they go with us. With quite a number now.
What is the impact like when they go to the communities, when they follow you to the schools and the churches and the places, when you go out with them and they share their stories? How is the response like? How are they impacting the people out there?
It's amazing. when people hear their stories, that's when they all want to be clinically examined. And this means that Ghanaians, a Ghanaian woman doesn't want to die prematurely and leave their children behind, leave their husband, their family. They want to get the cure they need. And so the work they are doing is great, to give hope to people and to encourage even the woman who has not yet been diagnosed, and those who have been diagnosed and are hiding in their homes, to come out.
Listeners, you can call us now. Let's hear from you. If you're a woman,
I want to share this one quickly.
Don't worry, you'll do that shortly for me. If you're a woman and you are fierce to go do screening or the test, call us and let's encourage you. The two, Vivian and Joyce would encourage you. If you have any question whatsoever about breast cancer, it will be addressed for you this very morning. If you're a man, you want to speak to other men. I mean, Joyce was telling us that when she had the problem, the man left her. Yeah. Shame on him. Shame on him. But if you're a man and you want to encourage other men to be steadfast and to be supportive, our phone lines are now activated. Give us a call on 0322083596, 0322083597, and 0322083598. We're talking about breast cancer. The month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Call us. Anything at all you want to put across that is going to help people with breast cancer or people to be aware of breast cancer, you can call us now. What's the message you wanted to read?
It says, "Good morning, Dave and Mommy Beatrice. So I lost my mom to breast cancer some exactly 10 years ago. She passed away a year after surgery at Peace and Love Hospital. For about a few years ago, I have realized that one of my breasts is more sensitive than the other, and I feel some knots under it. But me, I'm so scared, recalling everything my mom passed through. My sister is a medical doctor at CATH, and she is even more scared than me. We know Pa say we must go and check, but the fear will not allow us."
How does she overcome the fear? You give a response shortly. And don't wait till it gets to the end stage before you go to the hospital. That's what I would say. Ken, good morning and welcome, sir. Ken, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, David.
Yes, sir. Welcome, boss. Let's hear you.
Yeah, David, based on your intro, you were kind of like, some of the women are like, they are preserving the breast for their husband. So even if they have this cancer, they wouldn't want their breast to be cut off or something like that. I'm not sure that is this. I'm thinking it has to do with the campaigning or the sensitivity. We need to talk about it, educate people. You see, most of them are with the view that when that surgery is done to them or when the breast is cut, they will die. That's the reason why most of them don't go for it. So we have to support and then advise, educate people that they will survive when the surgery is done to them.
Well, Ken, I hear you, but what I said, I based it on facts. Some women don't want the breast to be cut because of the men in their lives. That's there.
About 72% of women run away from hospitals because they've been advised to undergo mastectomy. 72%.
And they run away not because of the fear for themselves and their lives, but for the men in their lives. So, Ken, I know what I was saying when I said it, please.
And again, when you are advising them on mastectomy, some of the husband will tell you, no. Yeah. See?
So that's why. So, Ken, it's not just from me. It's based on what I read, and I presented it. And of course, what I know, I mentioned this a particular station and what happened there. But women, where are you? This is more of a women conversation. Where are the women? You don't talk. You don't ask questions. You have kids. You want to die and leave your kids. Ask questions. Women,
if it was about property sharing with men, you see them calling.
About the land issues, huh?
Yes.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Another man. Hi. What's your name, sir?
Joshua Apiakubi.
Joshua Apiakubi. Welcome, Joshua. Let's hear you, sir.
I want to come on your show.
Ready on the show, Joshua. Let's hear you, sir. You're on. Let's hear you.
Not in Inshira FM.
No, this is Love FM. Maybe you are looking for Inshira. Fine. So you can call Inshira. All right, so you can also call us on 03220-83596, 03220-83597, and 03220-83598. Doc, let's talk about treatments that are available right now.
Okay.
Obviously, it's not curable, is it?
It's curable.
Per the cutting of the breast, yes?
Whatever we do to save the life of the woman means we are curing the disease.
It doesn't come back?
No. If you're 11 years, 20 years, it doesn't come back.
So women, listen attentively. Somebody has survived it after the surgery and everything. 11 years, 20 years. Yeah. Again, some people have died. If you want to survive, it's up to you. If you want to die, it's up to you. But there's treatment and there's cure. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Dave.
Hi, Akosia. At least I'm happy that a woman has called. It's for women, though. Let's talk. Akosia, welcome. Have you learned anything today from the conversation?
Yes, I have. I've been following breast cancer because my mom passed due to that. I just sent a text. Yes, I just sent my text that I'm so scared.
So Akosia, hold the line. We've read your message already on our WhatsApp console. Hold the line for me. Doc, speak to Akosia. Akosia says the mother died of breast cancer.
Yeah.
She has a sister who is a doctor, but she is scared.
She's not the only one with a positive family history who is scared.
Akosia, listen.
We have quite a number of the ladies whose moms passed through breast cancer and coming late to the hospital. So please remove the fear. And one thing I also want to say, the fact that the woman has been diagnosed with breast cancer doesn't mean that she's going to die by all means from breast cancer.
11 years, 20 years,
yes,
survivors.
There are other things that can take the life of somebody. People die from stroke, they die from heart attacks, they die from so many things. But when breast cancer is left for a long time, the end results is not good. There's the status of the woman, the sore, the offensive nature of the sore, and all that. It's not good. So we shouldn't entertain the disease because we are afraid. What are you afraid of? Come and face it. Because if it's breast cancer and you keep it for a long time, you are worsening the situation. It could also be that it's not cancer at all, and you are sitting at home and crying over nothing.
But Akosia, are you okay now? Will you go check it out?
Come and let's check for you, okay?
My sister cries, the one discouraging me. She is even scared than me.
Who's discouraging you? The sister?
Yes. Don't mind your sister. You have an issue.
Okay, so Akosia, you know what I'm going to do for you? We have your number, so I'm going to ask Leo to call you. Leo will escort you. Also, when your fans. Akosia, are you okay? Leo says we'll go with you. Leo, talk to Akosia.
Hi, Akosia.
Hello.
You have a beautiful voice, and I'm sure you have a beautiful face too.
And beautiful breasts.
And a beautiful breast. You don't have to let it go to waste. I'll assist you to go and do your test, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
So, Akosia, when do you want to go do this?
Sorry, please come again.
When would you like us to go do this? Leo, what do you make?
Anytime she's ready.
Akosia, when are you going to be ready? Let's do this.
Timelines, otherwise it's
please, can I ask mommy another question?
Please ask any question.
Yes, Akosia.
I started feeling this sensitivity and some knots under that breast I'm talking about 8 years ago when I had my first child. I used some kind of breast what do they call it? Pump. The one we used to pump breast milk. And I think that one, it wasn't good and it was very painful. And from then, I've been having that pains with that particular breast whenever I give birth. Its breast milk supply is even lesser than the other. But I'm just too scared to go and check.
Akosia, listen, we have taken your number. We're going to call you. We'll go with you and we'll solve the problem once and for all, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Akosia, we are waiting for you.
Sure. Josephine, good morning.
Good morning, David.
Hi, Josephine. Good to have you on the show. Let's hear you.
David, say be a woman with breast cancer in India. is it likely that our daughter and the
So as to whether it runs in the family, Doc, please, she's listening.
So, BB hereditary. I mean, there's something we call hereditary because you have a positive family history, but it's only 10% of breast cancer patients that have a positive family history. Do you understand? Only 10%. So 90% of the people do not have any positive family history. But once your mother or your auntie was diagnosed with breast cancer or is diagnosed with breast cancer, it means your risk has increased a little. So you have to be more particular. You have to be checking more often. And I will encourage you to do that. It doesn't mean you by all means develop the disease.
All right. That's for you. Where are the women? No, Godwin, good morning. But where are the women? 0322083596.
Good morning. We the men are those who actually have to show care. And maybe that is why we have the interest. As the doctor said, the breast is for men. And something that is for you, you need to show extra care to it. David, I call because of Akusia. And the reason why that I'm calling is my sister died of breast cancer some years back. Those days it was not commonly known. So we even thought it was spiritual. And as the other ladies are saying, even during the period that he was suffering from this, he didn't even disclose it to us. But he was going to churches. So it was at the last hour, when everything was too late, that he reviewed the churches that he went to, the pastors. There are some of these renowned pastors that are on TV, that I can't mention their name. And he went to all these places, collecting their money. But when they realized it was at the last hour, they stopped picking her call. And that was when he reviewed it. And eventually, when he was admitted, the doctors told us the stage, and there was nothing that could be done. The reason why I said I'm calling because of Akusia is, if our sister had revealed it to us, and we had information like we are having it now, I think she would have been alive. But because we did not have this opportunity, and people are also suffering at this moment because of this, there are a lot of people hiding breast issues. So I advise Akusia that no matter the stigma, no matter the fear, she needs to think of her children. She needs to think of what she could have done if she still have life. Life is precious. I need to save it. She is lucky today. It is